pop on here and give you guys another update on what's going on. I'm going to, tonight, Mark has invited me on his show to give like a news update. He's going to start adding a segment of news to his show. And I think I'm going to pop over there tonight. We're going to do a Zoom. So I'll be on camera. If you guys don't know what I look like, I might scare you. I don't know. But, yeah. I think we're going to do a Zoom call. If it all works out good, that's where I'm going to go over there after I get done here. And give everybody a current update over there also. So I'll probably be adding some things over there too. So I would encourage everybody to kind of follow over there because this is going to be an ongoing event for days. Okay, just so everybody knows. This isn't going to be like I said, guys. This is not a Carrington event type of thing, but this is substantial. This could be, one of the most intense things we've seen in a while, as far as being able to point to certain things that are happening and talk about it in such a way. So that's what we're going to do. This one will be fairly short, and then we'll go, we'll all go over there to Mark's channel, and I'll give a bigger update over there for him and his subscribers and you guys. Hopefully you guys will follow over there because, guys, anybody that ever goes over there never leaves, okay? They love it, just like I do. And me and Mark are constantly in conversation talking about how we can, really get that positive thing out there. And, I'm doing everything I can to help, and he's doing everything he can to make sure that it's happening, along with a lot of other people. Sig. Well, George is in here. I mean, guys, there's a lot of people that go over there, okay? And I just have to say that. I mean, it's nobody has ever come back to me and said they didn't like it over there. We're nice over there. We have fun with each other. We're able to laugh. We're able to leave all this serious stuff behind us, at least for a little while. We can laugh and just be friends. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's needed. Matter of fact, I know that it's needed because it keeps us all, sane. And I say it that way because it's true. And I know this is going to sound a little cliche, but, what are we trying to keep from, doing? We're trying to be positive. If we forget how to be happy, I mean, what's the point? And so many of us, including myself, I fell into that category for so many years. I've always been happy with my family and stuff like that, but I mean, if you go further with that and you just take it on face value, some of us, all of us eventually will struggle with that a little bit. And what Mark's show has done for me has given me an outlet, and I hope, and I've shared that with you guys. And I know you guys are getting something from it, and I want everybody to come over there and at least give it a chance. So I'm going to do everything I can to help Mark. I can tell you that right now. No questions asked. Oh yeah, Mark Pyers, guys. I'm sorry. Sometimes I assume people know who I'm talking about. Mark Pyers, Real Talk. If anybody could drop Birthday dropped the link in there. Thank you, Birthday. Appreciate that. But anyway, guys, here is the donation list. People have been donating. This is not a full list yet. This is quite a few that are on it. Again, Jill, if you're listening to this, I am just so humbled, and thank you so much. You guys are just great people, okay? That's all I can say. I mean, I didn't expect to get this when I came to the internet and YouTube to do this kind of stuff. Didn't expect this at all. And not only are you friends, you're more family than anything. Because I truly care about what happens to you guys. Even the people that come at me, I really truly care. And people can believe that or not. It's not for me to worry about on that end of it. I know how I feel. So I do appreciate all the reciprocation that comes back to me. And So with that being said, here's the donation list, and here's my PayPal link. If you guys want to help me out, there it is. It's in the description box too. Also, don't forget that Dr. Albers is sick, guys, still, and they're still dealing with that. It's going to be an ongoing process for the next few months, and we're going to try to do our best to stay on top of that and try to help Scott out and Dr. Albers as much as we can. Thanks, Kari. I really appreciate that. Hey, Mighty Mark. So, her PayPal link is in my description also, or Scott's is. But if you guys want to help them out, that's there too. So I really do appreciate anybody that does anything there. I couldn't imagine watching my wife get sick like that. I can't imagine the stress that would put me under. So that's why, I feel really bad that Scott has to go through that. Not only it's coming at a time where he's had to go back to, he's running a restaurant and stuff right now too. And so it's adding all that stuff is just compounding. So, and that's the way life is, and we know it. And he ain't out here complaining about it. He's just dealing with it, which is not what you see from a lot of people. So anyway, thanks to all those that do. And here we go. We're going to go ahead and get into this real quick because, yeah, Christy, thank you. Thank you, guys. Yes. We are going to be giving back, by the way. Okay? Me and Mark, and I'll probably get Scott in on it too. We're gonna try to come up with some things to give you guys, give something back at Christmas time here, and let you guys know that we appreciate you. I know I'm doing something. I know Mark is too. I just haven't had a chance to talk to Scott about it yet. He may not have the means or anything like that. I'm not sure yet. But we will definitely talk about that, and we will make, that's going to happen. And it's not going to be some, $2, whatever. It's going to be substantial for you guys. I'm going to make it, I'm going to do my best to try to make it something that you could use. You know what I'm saying? And it could help. That's what I'm trying to say. And there'll be more details to that as time gets closer. I'm going to try to make that happen about a week or so before Christmas. That way you guys get that and you can, you can kind of use it for Christmas and stuff. So, we'll move on without all that stuff. This is going to be quick from here on out right here because I'm just going to show you the information and give you guys an update on what's going on. Chat's frozen. Is it still frozen, guys? Okay, maybe not. Alright. Okay, here we go. So, Space Weather Prediction Center. Now, guys, I am going to put the chat away here, okay? That way I can get through this, and then I'll see if you guys got any questions. Here's the big flare, then the CME afterwards, right? But look what's happened. Had another flare. And it's not, it didn't even cover in the same spot. It came from the active region behind the one that shot the big one. So, yeah. Is that going to be a big deal? Probably not. If it gets here fairly quick, it does look to be Earth facing, and I'll show it to you here in a minute. It doesn't look to be very big, but it's just going to add more energy to everything around. It just will. Proton flux is kind of low. Geomagnetic activity, we're going to probably slowly through the night, this thing is probably going to start rising. It's all going to depend on the timing of when this stuff gets here. If you read my thumbnail, my title, I'm seeing stuff now that's kind of pointing me towards that, hey, we're already starting to see a little bit of an uptick, okay? If you look at the wind speed itself, it says 351. That's normal range, but we had been running about 290, right around 300, a little over. Now we're up about 50 kilometers a second, okay? So I look for that to increase. Now, what's different about this right now? Right here. Okay? When I was on with you guys a little earlier, a few hours ago, this was green. Well, now they're talking about the 9th, which is right now. UTC, we are into the 9th. Just know that. That's a G1 storm. So the big question is, how big is this thing supposed to get? What are we supposed to see? What should we expect, Wages World? What can you tell me? Give me something to work with. Well, you can't handle the truth. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm the one out there on the wall. You guys don't know. Give him a freaking, what do they call that? A code red. Ain't that what they called it? Where they beat him up with a bar of soap inside a pillowcase. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh or something like that, but yeah. Anyway, what's horrible? What, you got something going on, Kari? No way. Wow. That is horrible, Kari. Man, that sucks. That's right, Sherry. Back at you. Back at you, girl. Art. What's up? Jason. What's up? Tam Tam. There we go. Tam Tam. Every time I see that name, Tam Tam, you know what I say? I think of Bam Bam. I know I'm old, but like, the Flintstones. I don't know why. I don't know why I do. Well, I'm glad I can give you a laugh there, Sherry. I really do. Really am. You should come over and check out the Mark Pyre show with us. I'm not sure if I've seen you over there. You would have a ball over there with everybody. I know you would. And I'm going over there after this. He's going to, I'm going to be actually on his show tonight giving a little bit of an update and everything to everybody, okay? So, if you want to see my face, I'm actually going to go on camera. So, just so you guys know. Now, listen up. So, we got a G1 storm here, right? That's what they're saying is going to happen right here. Well, then look what happens on the 10th. Look at that. So, yeah. We go from a G1 to a G3. Now, that's a pretty decent jump there, guys. Okay? It is. And it just is. That's a good jump. So, and the other significant thing here is that, the storms I've shown you guys in the past, because my channel really hasn't been up long enough for me to show you any kind of a G3 type of storm. So, I've shown you these G1 storms, a G2, I think I showed you guys a couple times. But these G1s and G2s don't typically last that long and they fade off real quick. But guess what's going on with this? This is a G1, the 10th right here, the G3. It's hanging around. This is the 11th now. At G2, we're still going to be at a G2 level. And we don't get to see the next day. But my guess is this is going to be at least a 4-day event. And what did I was showing you guys what happens when we get these geomagnetic storms at each different level. If you remember what it said, ongoing solar storms, even at a G1 or 2 strength, can cause transformer damage. So we have to understand that. So the longer this stuff sticks around, and then I just showed you this flare, so that's going to be on the heels of this also. Oh, come on. Oh, my God. Tim. Come on now. Wow. I'll just leave that alone. Anyway. So, what do we got here? First look at the sun. This right here, guys, it flared. So let me push play down here and we'll take a look at it. Watch right in here. See that? That's a clear ejection. You see the flare and then you see it eject. It disrupts the atmosphere and everything. So, and that's right in front of Earth. Hey Russell, what's up, bud? So this one here is the one that gave us the big one 2 days ago, okay? And we're now starting to see the effects of it. I'll show you the Magnetosphere models here in just a second. We are seeing the beginnings of this. Now this coronal hole right here, this is the one that we're experiencing right now. The CME that was with this thing here is going to come right about the tail end of this one, if the timing's correct. Guys, I have to talk about that. So, you know, and Verte's talking about the Carrington event in there. And, guys, I went over that in my last stream a little bit. If you guys want to go back and rewatch that, I did show everybody the Carrington event, what happened. And then I showed you other events after that, up to present day. That's important to know. Because, guys, in 2012, we dodged another Carrington event that did not hit the Earth. It was just as strong, if not stronger, than the Carrington event, and we missed it by 9 days. In other words, if it had fired off 9 days later, it would have hit us, and we would be, good chance we'd still be stuck in the Stone Ages by now. I hope people understand that. Our electrical grid, our infrastructure electrically, globally, is nowhere near the standard that it actually could be, because what they're not going to tell you is that they could have fixed this a long time ago. They could protect this stuff, so we wouldn't have to worry about this. But they just simply don't do it. Even if they did it a little at a time, I would be okay with that. But no. Okay? Because, you know, like I said, how long's it been since the Carrington event hit us? 1859. Do you think if we just did little things from that time forward, where would we be? We would be just fine right now. They dropped the ball, and they dropped it in a big way, and now it's going to cost a lot of money to try to get that infrastructure up, which is why they don't do it. They would rather us go in the dark because they know they don't have to. Just us. You still having problems, Russell? Hey, give me a call tomorrow. We'll get on a Skype call or a Zoom call or something, and I'll help you out, okay? Russell's trying to get, he wants to live stream on OBS and run a live stream through his OBS from Lake Huron. So yeah, we got a solar flare. But that's what that is right there. Okay, that's the small one. Now, if we keep moving here, this right here is the big one, right? This is the CME. This is the coronal hole stream. Now, the timing of this is going to be important. Now, right now, it's saying there's going to kind of taper off and then back up. Now, right here, guys, you see where it says 50? They kind of over-exaggerate here a little bit. Now, I don't know why they do this. If we actually see 50 or 60 density here, while we're at a 8 or a 900 in velocity, that's a, man, that would be a really, really hard hit. So I don't think that it's really going to get that high in density. Obviously, I believe that we're going to get high, but we're not going to get that high. You know? Yeah, I know that probably didn't sound very good, did it? Anyway, so you guys can see this spiral graph. Now, we have to understand that, you know, this is the NOAA spiral graph. The spiral models and all that. Well, we can go over and look at the NASA one too. And I'll show it to you here in a second. Because they're two different, well, they look similar, but their timing is different. So if we go here, here's the Earth. We're just, you know, we're now, because right in time, we are right about, where are we? Right here? So, we are starting to see, now tomorrow is when we're going to get this stuff, right? The big stuff. This is the 8th. Okay, at 2, roughly about right now, right? So, we're seeing a little bit of an uptick. You can see how we're kind of slowly rising. So, you know, as we go through the day tomorrow, we're going to watch this thing rise. And when it clicks over tomorrow night, we're going to be like, bam, you know, it's going to be on. Yeah, we are the 9th UTC, ain't we? Yeah, we are. Okay, that's what I thought. Hold on, give me 1 second. I don't know why that's not updating right. I thought that was strange. It was only saying the 8th. Yeah, guys, that's what I was saying. Yeah. So, listen. That thing's not updating. Yeah, it's not updating, guys. And I don't know why. I don't know why, guys. I really don't. Anyway, so if we take this and we go, this right here is, you know, it shows us 2 days behind. So we're really about right here in time. So we're going to be experiencing this stuff very, very shortly. And we're already experiencing some of it, like I said. So, yeah. So, yeah, I know. I kind of slipped into Aunt Judy there, didn't I, Tab? Hey, Sid. Jill in there flexing some muscles? That's right. Hey, sometimes it needs done. I didn't see what happened. I seen that she put somebody in timeout or something. Yeah. I don't know what was said. I trust you guys, though. So, anyway. We are right here, guys. Now, I don't know that we're seeing this kind of an uptick yet. So, like I said, the timing of this can be off a little bit. We're just going to have to wait and see. And how are we going to know? Well, we're going to go look at the real-time models of, like, the Magnetosphere and the ACE here. You see the ACE? It does show an uptick in density right now and solar wind speed. So, with both of those slowly rising, it could keep going. My guess is it's going to. So, just know that. This is the absorption model. What's the time frame on that? Let's see. So yeah, that's pretty updated. So yeah. So I don't know, I'm not sure why this is kind of running behind right now, but it does that every once in a while. So, but other tools can show us what's going on here, okay? And so what do we got here? Pressure, speed. So let's run these models. The sun's off to the left. Let's see what happens. It does look like it's starting to move around a little bit. So, I do think that that's probably the beginnings of what we're starting to see. It's just going to get a little bit stronger and stronger and stronger. With that solar wind stream, it's not going to be like an initial blast, okay? What's going to happen is it's going to do that slow uptick, and then when the CME gets here, that will be a blast. I want to point this out too, right here. See how we're notched out right there? That's an anomaly that's been showing up right in front. So, yeah, we can expect, if we get hit, like right there, man, stuff happens. Aurora photographers, I guarantee you they're on high alert because they're going to want to be out there getting those pics. Those are, it should produce some really, really good auroras. Probably down pretty far. I would say down towards Colorado even. It could get down that far. hit where. It's a global thing, Kari or Chari. I'm assuming it's Kari, right? It's a global thing, but it does matter which side is sun facing, and the sun facing side, according to this timeline here, it's going to mean that like the United States is facing, or close to it, will be facing the sun when the brunt of this hits. But that's still up for grabs because we don't know exactly how fast this stuff is moving. But what I will say, that when it does hit, the energy will wrap around our planet. It will definitely come in through the poles and any cracks that are out there. Yeah, I just said that, Rip. It could get down close to Colorado, maybe a little further. We've seen them down, pretty low before. Let's see what this shows. This is like a historic thing, though. Okay, if you look at the timestamp, it's only going to bring us up to current time. It's not going to forecast anything in front of it. Now you can kind of see where it got kind of intense right there. Let's just drag it through here. And this is what we got right now. So as things start to increase, we could see this thing. And this shows you how it wraps around our planet. You want to know how? Because we don't see aurora except for when? At night, right? There are those few occasions you get daytime aurora, but not typically. It's a rare thing. But the sun's facing here, so if we get hit here, it's still going to send energy over this way. So you understand. Now this is the Australian model. Not going to spend a whole lot of time on this because it is going to show us what's going on currently. But look at the density, how the density is now starting to rise. 12.4. Matter of fact, I think it was actually stronger than that. Let's see. Yeah, 13.3. So that's starting to increase, guys, the density is. So that means this stuff is now starting to get here. So let's do this. Yeah, right here. CME tracker. This is the NASA model, all right? And you can see where it's got just a slightly different timeline. Now, I can't slow this down unless I record it and slow it down myself. But you guys get a good idea here what I'm talking about. This one's really got this thing hitting about almost the exact same time as that solar wind stream did. It doesn't look like that's what's happening. So right now I'm kind of trusting this one. So, take that for what it's worth. So, guys, I don't have a whole lot more to share here right now. I just wanted to give you guys an update. Do you guys have any questions of what could happen, what might happen? Yeah, Becca, me too. I've always wanted to see him. Oh, you're welcome, Brenda. Good to see you. No more talking to anyone. Huh. What's going on, Kari? Iraq, what will happen to satellites in orbit? Very good question. Yes, that's a strong possibility. Iraq brings up a good point. Sometimes the satellites, when they get hit, their detectors start seeing some really, really intense energy. It will go down into what they call a safe mode. It'll go down to the bare minimum of operation just to keep it in orbit for about 20 to 25, sometimes 30 minutes. And what that does is it allows it not to get all jacked up. Oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that, Kari. That ain't going to happen. Okay, just so you know. I don't think that that's going to happen right now. Alright? So, don't fear. There's nothing to fear, guys. Never. We can't control it. We're not going to fear. Okay, cool, Tam Tam. Thank you. We are going to pop over there here in a minute, but I want to... You guys got any more questions? How will the CME affect the International Space Station? That's another good question. Guys, we have to understand that that thing is out there that does not have the protection of our of our full atmosphere, our magnetic field that protects us. Okay? It's got a little bit of it, but it's not as much. Okay? It's pronounced Sherry. Okay, thank you. I'll try not to make that mistake again. I don't want to call anybody by the wrong name. So, guys, listen. Let me show you. Well, I'll show you guys that over at Mark's. Okay? He's going to bring me in, and I'm going to go on a Zoom call with him, and I'm going to give you guys a bigger, more in-depth update on this over there. But I wanted to give you guys a little bit of one here, and we're going to see what happens. But it says, then Tesla towers to heal. Okay, yeah, I got you. That right there is probably one conversation I probably won't have here on my channel. I do have, I got opinions on that. I'm kind of with you. Not all, that whole sentence there, but I am definitely not so sure about that thing. Yeah, for sure, Russell. Why don't you pop on over here to Mark's channel with us? And you know, I think you were over there the other day. If you want, man, it'd be cool to see everybody over there. Something else, guys. Before I get off here, I want to let you guys know like I said, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway, okay? And it's not gonna be something that nobody wants. It's gonna be something you guys can use. I'm looking at giving away a few gift cards, that kind of thing. We'll probably give them away over on his channel. It's just more set up for something like that. And, you know, we would like to get as many people over there as we can anyway. And that's why. So we're gonna try to do it that way. I think you guys will like what we're gonna be doing there. We're gonna try to make it fun too. It ain't gonna just be, you know, hey, here you go, and then we won't talk about it no more. It ain't like that. It's going to be something that is most definitely fun for everybody and useful, okay? By the way, before we go here, I want you guys to check out Ron Tyler's channel, okay? This is Emergency Management Associates. You guys really should go over here and check him out. He does a great job with the earthquake information, prepared stuff, all that stuff. Hold on, Diana. Let me, I'll get you a link, okay? To Mark's channel here in just a second. But this one here is Ron's. If you guys have any kind of earthquake questions and stuff like that, guys, go over here. He will teach you. Okay? Ricky and Isaiah's granny sent me over there, and I've not regretted it whatsoever. He's a good, genuine guy. Keeps everything clean. And I want to say that too, guys. Mark Pyers, and this doesn't get said enough, that the comedy that he does with face swaps and celebrity impressionists and playing all the great music, guys, he was, you know, he was part of the VH1 Song of the Year 2012. He's a great musician, number one. Number two, every bit of comedy he does, it's clean. There is no cussing. There's none of that crap. You don't have to do that to be funny. You just don't. So, yeah. But this is Emergency Management Associates. Guys, go check out Ron. Now, what I want to do here, guys, is get you guys over to Mark's, because I'm going to be going over there here in a minute. Let me do that real quick. Enter here. Oh, I thought he was live. There he is. That's premiering. Okay. This is a premiere. I'm going to wait until that's done. And then, yeah, my timing's off here a little bit. Sorry. Yeah. He's going to go live right after this, guys. So, yeah. Let me, what do I got going on here? We got about 380 in the room? Okay, cool. Guys, hang out with me for a minute. I'll show you guys some more stuff real quick while we're waiting on Mark to go live. What I'll do, I'm going to show you. You guys got it. I know everybody wants to know what could happen, you know, and all that kind of stuff. Hey, Angelo. Hey, Sig. Yeah. Watch out for buoy movement, guys. He's talking about buoys that are out there in the ocean they put out there to detect tsunamis and things. If we start moving around and we start getting all this energy, it will most definitely kick off some earthquakes probably, and which could kick off tsunamis, volcanic eruptions, all that kind of stuff. Now, here's some interesting articles right here. This is a good one. 7 of the strongest solar storms. It's probably going to surprise you guys to know that after the Carrington event at 1859, we've had big ones since. Okay? So if we go down through here, it starts talking about it. This is 1859. That would be Carrington event, okay? That's the one that fried all the telegraph lines, actually caught lines on fire, shocked telegraph operators that were on when this thing hit. I mean, come on, guys. Then it goes here. It says another one knocked out a long-distance communications across America. This is the one that affected AT&T back in 1972. Okay, occurring on the 4th of August, knocked out long-distance phone communications across many states, including Illinois. That event, in fact, caused AT&T to look at this. This one event caused AT&T to redesign its power system for transatlantic cables. They beefed them up. That's what we should have been doing from the beginning. This is what makes me sick, because we could be not having to worry about any of this if they'd have just done it the right way. 1989, that's the Quebec blackout. Millions of people, no power. That's a fact. This one here, 2000, another solar flare struck Earth, knocking out satellites. You guys hearing that? See, that's the other thing. If we get big ones that actually will, like X-class stuff, that will knock satellites out of the sky, what do you think happens to those? They come back down into our atmosphere, guys. They burn up or they hit the ground. One or the other. Now, you know, when I say it's a matter of if, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, I mean that. It's not a matter of if this stuff is going to hit us. It is simply a matter of when. The conversation for me has never been about, well, will this ever hit us? Because I know that it will. Because I got proof of it. Right here. 2003. This is the Halloween one, I think. October 28th. Yep. 2003. This one, guys, was so powerful that it overwhelmed the tool. It picked it up as an X28, but they're saying that it actually peaked out at an X45. That is bigger than a Carrington event. It's crazy. 2006. We can keep going. All right? And like I said, 2012, we dodged a bullet there too. We had another one in 2017. So, guys, we got to understand we are definitely in an area of time where we're going to have to pay attention. Our magnetic field is now 20 to 25% weaker than what it was. Let me go back over here, and I'll show you this real quick. Sun cycle. Look at this uptick in 1 year. That is an extremely fast uptick. If you compare the same 2 days, not even close. Same 2 years from the last solar cycle. Not even close. So, that's the point, you know? 20 to 25% weaker magnetic field. Now look, see, this is another thing that points us to that this stuff is probably just now starting to get here. You see the electrons starting to get all jacked up? That's another indication. So I do think that this stuff is probably starting to arrive. We're going to see this solar wind. It's going to be jumping around. The density is going to be going up. The BZ is already in the negative, so it's already conducive to draw it in. I don't know why this thing is not updating. It almost had me saying that this thing was a day behind, and it wasn't. I'm glad you guys pointed that out, because I was wondering, why is it? Because when I looked at it earlier, I knew that this was going to happen like tonight, right around the change of day. Then when I looked at this, it never changed. But it's because the thing didn't update. It's stupid. But yeah. Oh, do you? Okay. Hold up, Russ. Let me see if I can't. Yeah, he's premiering right now. Let me reset that. See if he's live. He's doing a premiere. He's not live yet. I don't think. So I'm just trying to hang out here for a minute so we can all go over there at the same time. And I'm going to give you guys some good information while we're waiting. I'm not going to keep you guys here for nothing. This is not what's going to happen. Let's go to... Well, here we go. Check this one out. This is Wikipedia. The solar storm of 2012 was an unusually large and strong CME. Said July 23rd that year, it missed the Earth with a margin of approximately 9 days. Okay, the sun rotates, okay, around its own axis about 25 days, right? So, like the Earth rotates completely in a day, the sun takes 25 days. The region that produced the outburst was thus not pointed at the Earth. Hey Jerry, Becca, Candace, good to see you guys. Letty, Paula, good to see everybody. Tim Jones. The region that produced the outburst was not pointed at us. The strength of the eruption was comparable to the 1859 Carrington event. Notice how everything gets compared to that. You want to know why? Because that's the earliest and most reliable data we have of a very, very big event. That's why everything gets compared to this. It's not the fact of its strength altogether, but it's the fact of what it did and, you know, how impressive it was. So just know that. That was 2012. So 9 days, guys. We missed a blackout by 9 days. I mean, Egg, what's up, Tim? That's Eggman? Okay, cool. Hummingbird. Yeah, guys, let me say something about that too, Hummingbird. You know, he says charge up what you can. Guys, you can protect all the devices you want. Cell phones, TVs, fans, whatever you're trying to protect, right? Computers. None of it is going to work unless you protect a power source also. Okay? So you got to do that, or any of the other devices won't work anyway. Some people kind of miss that, especially people that don't prep at all. So yeah. Lurk, you can make just about anything into a Faraday cage. For those who don't know what a Faraday cage is, it's essentially a box or a vessel of some sort. You put your devices in and you ground it out. That way when an EMP or a solar flare hits, it won't be able to destroy your device. A good test to do that: turn your cell phone on, put it inside your Faraday cage, and call it. If it rings, that Faraday cage is not working. Okay? That's a very basic, very, I guess, easy way to kind of tell that without getting into a bunch of different technical things. Yeah, batteries, radios should go into a metal box. Old toolboxes work well. Yes. What's a Faraday cage? Sherry, a Faraday cage is basically, it's just a box or a vessel, like I just said, that you put your devices in and you ground it out. You have to have certain materials around it, depending on what you want to use, and it'll block it from any kind of an electrical, like an EMP or a solar flare. It'll keep that from destroying everything. Okay, cool, Russell. Cool. Yeah, basically it's a metal box. People have tried to go cheap with that stuff sometimes, and I hate to say it, but sometimes that's not the best thing to do. I think it's Fariday, Brenda. Faraday, I think. Somebody correct me there if I'm wrong. Yes, metal box and grounded. It has to be grounded, guys. If it's not grounded, it ain't going to work. Guys, if you put the word Faraday into a YouTube search or even a Google search, you guys will get all the information you could possibly ever want on something like that. I've actually got a small one I made just to test it out. It's a wood box that I lined with metal, aluminum foil. Actually, it's aluminum, and I was able to get it sealed enough that it actually worked. Some people have taken old microwaves. Now, guys, you got to be careful doing what I just said there. You got to make sure you test it. Okay, and like I said, the best way to test it is to turn your ringer on as high as you can get it. Put your phone into your Faraday cage, and then try to call it. If your phone picks up that signal, that means that Faraday cage is not working. It shouldn't be able to get a signal at all if it's inside a Faraday cage. So, yeah. Rip, that's a good question, but I think what they've done is, guys, it's like this. You guys, how they rate tornadoes, right? They got the Vegeta scale. Now they use the EF instead of just the F. And the reason they do that is because what they do is they put a 1 through 5 rating on that. Now, it's almost impossible to get a real-time wind speed of a tornado. That's one of their goals. That's why they got the storm chasers and stuff. But what they do is they go back the next day and they look at damage. And they compare the damage to past tornadoes. And that's how they usually assign how big that tornado was as far as a level. Now, I think that's kind of what they've done with the Carrington event. There's a few things that they go off of. We know that when that happened, there was aurora all the way down to the equator. It was in the Caribbean. That in itself should tell you that was a heck of a blast. Okay? And then with the telegraph lines getting fried and stuff like that, I think that's pretty much how they rated that. Because you're right, Rip, they didn't have the technology then. So, yeah. So again, that's what I would talk about there. I do think that that's probably how they rated that. Now, why do they call it the Carrington event? Well, because you guys see where I just hovered? When I hover on that, you see what shows up? That's the sunspot map of the sun from that day. In 1859, they could take their telescopes and see these. Now, they didn't have the SDO like we got, okay? Or SOHO or any of the satellites. We are spoiled even when we're talking about that. These guys, that's why they couldn't differentiate between a solar flare and a CME. They used to think it was just one event. Now we know that it's two separate, and one can happen without the other one happening. Appreciate that, Letty. Really do. So, guys, that's, I would encourage anybody here. Let me put this link in the chat here. And so what I'm going to do here, I just want to show you guys how easy this is, okay? If you guys want information on any of that, check this out. Just go to your search engine. Put in, I don't know, list of past large CME. This is what it gives you. Look. There's tons, guys. Now, here's a really interesting one here. I'm going to pull this one up because I want you guys to see it. I read this one a while back. What if the biggest solar storm on record happened today? And they're talking about what would happen if the Carrington event hit. So it goes into it. And unfortunately, I forgot that. You won't be able to read it. Unless you get your email and stuff in there. I'm not going to do that right now. So, that ain't going to be me. So, let's get that off there. Now, again, guys, in 2006, this is the one that overran the detector. Oh, is he on now, Diana? Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna give you guys a link, okay? And we're gonna go check him out. And guys, I'm gonna give you a little bit more detailed report over there. All right. So follow me over, would you? We are definitely gonna go over here. We're gonna have I'm gonna be in the chat even after that. Okay. So everybody, please come over there, check it out, give him a subscription, and give him a like, and give it a chance. Because I'm telling you guys, when you get over here, you're not going to want to leave. You're going to want to come back. Everybody, the good people that are in my family, are now in Mark's family too. And vice versa. It's not two different families. It's the same family, guys. I'm telling you. Telling you. Okay? So I'm gonna get off here, and I'm gonna text Mark and see when he wants to bring me in. And we'll go check that out all together. I really hope you guys come over here. And there's the link again. My PayPal link is in the description, so hope to see everybody there. God bless. Yahusha saves, and you can drink this Kool-Aid.